Sports Network, where we're all about winning. That's why we display the winning team.
There you go.
So,
what's up, Daniel?
You guys want to see more orange and black?
Win.
Get your team to get their head out of there. You know what? Although they did win the series.
They won the series.
But
again, starting pitching, I'm a little bit worried. A little bit.
Yeah. They don't. Well, hey, couple things today. 2 out of 3. Not bad. You'll take it. You'll take it the rest of the year. 2 out of 3 will get you into the playoffs and then some. You know what? 2 out of 3. If they won 2 out of 3 the rest of the year, they could actually possibly win the division, because that means they would win about how many? What's their record now? 32 and 34,
something like that, right? 2 games below 500, right?
Let's check. Is it 32 and 34? I want to say it.
I think so, because they got to 1 game below 500 yesterday, right?
Let's see. They are now 32 and 34. Okay, so they played 66 games. So that leaves 96 games.
What's up, Fossey?
Yeah.
That is correct, Alive. Win spot is a problem. Snell's spot is a problem.
Hey, they'd win if they played 666 ball the rest of the way, or 667. They would actually win 64 of their remaining games, and they would finish with 98 wins.
No way they play 670.
Oh, no, I'm just saying we were talking about they won 2 out of 3. And
right. Gotcha.
But they'll probably be lucky to play 510 ball.
So just above or 500, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, 510 ball will get you we got 96 wins. Get you 49 wins. 49 plus 32, 81 and 81. That's what they'll get them.
500. We've seen that before with this organization.
Yeah,
who?
Yeah.
Under who?
Yeah, Mr. Farhan. Come on. Yeah, Farhan, right? Yeah. Anyway, Giants took it on the chin early today. Keaton Wynn didn't have it.
No.
Hasn't had it for a while. But you know what?
I put a tweet out there. What was the excuse going to be today? Tipping pitches, sick, injury. Come on. The guy just right now just doesn't have it. Doesn't.
So, but heck, 3-3 road trip.
3-3. You'll take a 500 road trip anytime, right?
Sure. You gotta play 600 ball at home, 500 on the road. You do that every year. You're 555. You're winning 90 games. That's the makeup for 81 games at home, right? 81 games at home times 600 ball wins you 48 at home.
Okay.
And 500 on the road.
500 on the road. What do you get? Where are you at?
You got there's 80, 81 and 81. Yeah. 40, 80, 40, 88 wins, 88, 89 right there.
Okay.
600 ball gives you, so you win 48 or 49 games at home. It's 48.6 is 60%.
Right.
So kind of right there. So call it 49 wins or 48. It's either 88 or 89 wins. If you play 500 on the road and you play 600 at home, you're an 88 to 89 win team. And that's the recipe for being a consistent playoff team. But, they're, as the live says, they're not beating good teams. They're 3-13 versus the Yanks, Phillies, and Dodgers. And they've got holes. They got holes in their starting pitching. And that's why, Michael Roeder, you could say I'm a downer, Debbie Downer, whatever you want to call me. I'm just speaking reality to you guys. It's not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to give you guys reality that I've been telling you all year. This team's gonna just do this and this, and that's pretty much what they've done. And through 66 games, I mean, I think we've got a sample size enough to figure out that this team Can they put it? For them to make it, they're going to have to put together a hot streak. They're going to have to step out in front of. Here's what the Giants' recipe is to get into the playoffs. They've got to get a 10. They got to get a 15-game stretch where they win 11 or 12 games. Okay. Say 12-3, and they go 9 up. And then they play 500 from there.
Mm-hmm.
And they finish up with 85 wins, and they get in the playoffs at an 85-77 record. They can't just do this. Win 2, lose 2, win 3, lose 3, win 4 out of 5, lose 4 out of 5. We've seen it for Farhan's whole tenure, except for 21.
Yep.
I mean, this is what this team has done. Why? Because it's the construction of the roster.
It's the construction of the roster.
Look,
correct.
you're platooning a bunch of guys again.
Yep. Shortstop, first base, the outfield.
Hey, you're platooning at every opportunity you get because you don't have good players. You have how many players do the Giants have that would you say are above average? And I'd say Chapman's above average.
Okay.
He's above average fielder. He's a slightly below average for hitting, but his fielding's exceptional, so he makes him above average. Lamont Wade's above average.
Because of injuries. Okay. Let's take injuries out of it. Was Ahmed doing much? What was the team when they didn't have the injuries? Where were they, Dan? About 5-6 games below 500?
You know what?
Somewhere around there. Take a look. Yeah.
We'll show you.
Look, I get there's injuries. I understand that, but the injuries
the Dodgers have the most injuries in baseball for games missed. Okay, so that excuse, forget it. They're running away with the division, and they've got the most injuries of games missed by starters.
I think we all can agree that Snell, up to his last start, wasn't dealing with an injury. He was just getting ready for the season in May. Yes, Crash. Thank you. Every team has them. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So you guys want to
look at the Texas Rangers.
Yeah. You want to look at the injuries, guys? I mean, the team before injuries. They didn't have any injuries in April because we commented on it, and then all of a sudden May hit. And okay, where's their record at the end of April?
End of April.
1st of May.
16.
1st of May, they still didn't have any injuries. Where was the first injury? Was it in Boston or was it in Philly? Who was the first guy to get injured?
Wasn't it? It was Bailey with the concussion. That was in Boston, right? Because he didn't play. He didn't play the last game of the Red Sox, and in the 4 in Philly, he didn't play.
Right? Okay, yeah. So the end of May, they were 14 and 16. Okay.
Then 14 and 17. Then 15.
So the only one that was missing was Bailey, and then Ahmed. When did he go out?
When did Ahmed go out?
I can look it up right
here.
You
have to take a gander. While you're looking it up, Michael Roeder, thank you, sir, for the $5. Let's give Brooks an attaboy for the catch in the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, he went for a ride, didn't he?
Yeah.
He went for a ride. That was kind of cool. But yes, attaboy, Brooks.
Okay, Murphy went out, which was no real loss.
That was in Philly.
Bailey was placed on the concussion protocol on the 4th of
May, right?
May.
Because they just had him sitting out. They didn't really put him on a concussion protocol. I think it was retroactive to the 1st, right? If I remember right. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Mark Gray said May 14th for Ahmed.
Yeah, Ramos came up. Ahmed on the 10th of May. Ramos came up on the 8th when Soler went down the 8th. So pretty much they weren't even injured all the way through the Philly series.
Okay, so then
only guy they were missing was Bailey. And they were 15 and 21.
15 and 21.
So don't tell me about injuries. That was their team. They've actually been better with the injuries. They've actually been a better team with the injuries because they brought up Matos, who was a huge spark. Luciano provided a spark. Romo, can you see this? What do we got? What are we looking at? What are you pointing at? You got a fly in your room?
I see you, D-Shot. It's telling me I'm number 1.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Oh, this right here? This one?
Yeah.
Is that a thumbs up or a little?
Yeah, that's a thumbs up. Sure.
Thumbs up. Middle. D-Shot.
I'll give you a bunch of this. You know what that is, right, Dan?
Voodoo.
Nope.
Putting the hex.
You know what that is? It's a whole bunch of these.
Oh man. All right. I think he was having fun.
Yeah, he was. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's up, babe?
Yeah, let's see here. Hold on.
When was Lee injured? Oh, that wasn't until the Dodger series, right? Or right before it?
Yeah,
was it right before it or right during it?
Right before it. Right before it. Yeah. So,
Lou, it's useless to even talk to some people about that. Some people will get it, some others won't. They just I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know, man. It's a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, let's pull up the box score today. Let's talk a little bit about the game and
sure. And, it was pretty much over after the second inning, somewhere in there.
Yeah. How about the first pitch of the game? Keaton Wynn puts right on. Looked like, fortunately for Simeon, it looked like it got him in the ear flap more than the crown of the head.
I don't know what's going on with these Giants pitchers. Keep plucking people, man.
Yeah, what the heck is it, man?
I don't know. This seems to be contagious.
Yeah, but the fact that Simeon comes up next time and hits a 2-run home run.
Oh, hold on, I get it. He was just trying to show him who's boss. He was intimidating him, right? You know, that wasn't that the storyline for Harrison, right? Oh, he's just showing this veteran he means business, man. That's what it was about.
Okay, 5 hits. Nobody did anything at the top of the lineup. Bailey got a hit. Estrada and Yaz. Didn't Yaz get a home run today? 2-run homer? Or
1 RBI.
When did he hit the home run? Was that yesterday or today?
I can't remember. I didn't even pay it. Early, I didn't even watch the game today. I have other stuff going on, but 2 strikeouts though. 1 home run, 1 RBI, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, a home run. Yeah. That's right. It was a solo shot. That's right. 2 more Ks. So he keeps his, he increases his, struck out 50% of the time. He was 32% of the time. So his strikeout rate is going up. But let's make sure him and Slater.
Hey, what happened to Soler? I thought he was finding the swing. What happened? Where's Soler? Is he hurt? He can't be having a day off, right? DHs with a day off? Didn't he had a day off like a few games ago, didn't he?
Yeah, let's talk about Chapman. He's got a tight hammy, right?
Yeah, from yesterday's dive.
Was that what it was from, that play?
Yeah, that's what they were talking about. And
looked like it was his shoulder. Looked like it was his shoulder, I thought. Well, we'll see how long he's out for. They got a game tomorrow. My guess is they give him a day or 2 off. Maybe they DH him.
Oh my God, dude! How many times do we got to hear this? Come on, DJ, you're better than that, buddy. When he heats up, he'll contribute. It's already hot, man. It's been hot.
He might.
Damn hot. It's been hot.
You gotta watch my ears. Man. My concussion symptoms.
And look, and he's striking out. It's not even just about the contact. It's about him striking out too damn much. That's not about heating up, man. He just ain't seeing the ball right now, and who knows what it is, but it ain't good. And he isn't contributing to the team. Do I think he's pressing? Yeah, he's probably pressing. But come on, he's a DH. He doesn't have to go play a damn position. He just has to sit on the bench. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I mean, anybody can get hot.
Oh, fair enough. When he heats up. Got it. Okay, fair enough. Got it. If he heats up, he has – look, this is June 9th, man. Shouldn't he have had some kind of heat going on by now? Shouldn't there be something cooking in that damn oven of his? Something.
He's always been a streaky hitter, though.
Yeah, but, man, streaky hitters don't go 2 months. Is that considered a streak?
Have you looked at his stats? His career?
Yeah, take a look. Let's take a look.
He's had a couple of good careers. I'll pull it up right here, and you'll see he's had some awful seasons too.
Really, the first 2 months, really.
I mean, how about the whole season? I mean, seriously, this guy, this guy has had some really bad seasons, but he's had some. See, he got really known for his big 21 season MVP of the World Series, but take a look at right now he's hitting. He's hitting what the heck 210. He's got a 281 on base percentage, a slugging of 364, an OPS of 645. That's pretty bad.
That's atrocious.
7 home runs. He's only got 18 RBIs. Matos still has more RBIs than him in a couple of weeks. Okay, so look at his career. Let's take a look at 2019 juice ball, 48 homers.
Yeah.
But let's look at
who cares?
21, he hit 27. But look at 22, 13 homers, only 270 at bats.
72 games, yeah.
Hurt a lot. Last year he had a big year. But look at him when he had with the Cubs in 2015, 10 homers on 366 at bats. That was probably his rookie year. 2016, he didn't do much.
2017 didn't do much. 2018 didn't do much.
Yeah. I mean, he hit 265. That was his highest.
This guy should have just had a 1-year deal. A 3-year deal is just dumb.
He knew the Giants were desperate because they went after Giants should have
because they missed on all these other guys. So they
should have just went out and got Hoskins. They could have been done with it.
Yeah, Hoskins would have been a better pickup than
JD Martinez turned him down.
JD turned him down, correct?
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I know that Soler has it in him. If he gets it going, he could carry you for a couple of weeks. That's what the Giants are going to need, but he doesn't look very good at all at the plate. He's swinging at pitches that are not even close to strikes.
Not even close.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He looks lost up there. So yeah, I mean, I got to believe that if somebody came and wanted him, you'd have to deal him. Everyone wanted Soler Sr. Says, yeah, me included. I thought he would have been a good signing.
I thought he would have been too. I did, but it turns out that no, not so much. Not so much.
I kind of figured he would sign for a 2 to 3 year deal, right in the range that, it's not the end of the world if they had to move off him. It's not like huge.
No, not at all. He's not like a big piece for this right now. Yeah. I mean,
it's not huge money. You're talking about 40 million or so. They probably have already paid him $5 million for this year. Probably. I don't know what his actual salary was this year. Farhan always pulls those first year where he gets a cheap salary, and he's always pushing the cart down the road,
Mm-hmm.
Look at what his if we look at his salary, the way, even Jung-Hoo Lee was early this year. Let's just take a quick look at the salaries here for the actual Giants ball players, and we'll take a look.
Did you see that? That was about Chapman.
What was that?
Hold on, let me show you. Matt Chapman felt a hamstring cramp when he made that diving attempt at ninth yesterday. Bob Melvin thinks he just needs a day off. That explains the late lineup change, and some of the wider roster moves went that way. Casey Schmidt is their second best third baseman. That's why Casey did not go down.
Yeah, I wonder.
Otherwise, it would have been him if it wasn't for that injury.
Fitzgerald's probably like, "Dang, thanks, Chapman." For you wonder if Chapman comes back and plays and is healthy, are they going to send Casey back down and bring Fitzgerald back up?
Probably, because Fitzgerald plays different positions, but because there was an injury to a third baseman, that's why Schmidt stayed up.
Yeah. So anyway, let's take a look at these salaries. Giants are 6th overall in the 26-man roster's 10th, but the overall 6th in spending in baseball, which is more in line. But okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, so Jorge Soler this year is only getting $10 million. Yeah, it's 16 and 16. See, Farhan I think it should be. Well, he's trying to get as much as he could this year under the
cap
deal, the tax hit. Look at Blake Snell, man. That's awful. $32 million. That guy's just stealing money. Robbie Ray. Look at the money that the Giants are putting out with little to no production from the pitching. 32 and 23, 55 and Cobb 10, 65. $65 million to 3 guys that have done nothing this year.
That is incredible.
Literally nothing but negative.
Oh.
$65 million.
Oh.
Man, if I'm the head of the finance committee or something, I'm saying, who's running this ship? Who's wasted my money?
It doesn't matter to some of these people.
$65 million to guys that we'll see how it turns out. Maybe it turns out at the end of the year and they sneak in and they catch lightning in a bottle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect it though. But there's a lot of waste on this roster. I could come up with $100 million, but at the time, the Snell signing looked like a decent signing.
Seemed like you thought you were going to get something. Yeah, I figured you'd probably have a slow start, maybe a 4, maybe a 5 yard.
You would have thought that Snell, 2-year deal, was pretty good. You didn't get locked in long term. You're hoping he has a great year and then opts out. Seems like these opt-ins and opt-outs come back to bite Farhan and the Giants because Conforto, Conforto's had a decent year, so can't get. I like Conforto; he's done well, but you're probably getting Chapman back next year. You're probably getting Snell back next year. And now, what do you do? We'll see what happens. We got a long way to go, but you're going to end up trading Casey Schmidt because you're going to bury him another year. Not going to get much for him just because every other team knows that you're trying to offload him because there's no place for him to play. And man. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. But the Giants right now, 32-34, they're bunched right in the middle. How ridiculous is this that we're talking about a playoff team at 32 and 34? Literally, they are.
You can't do that.
They are a playoff team right now. If you look at the standings, if I pull up the Major League standings, I believe they should be right. They're either in the playoffs or they're within a game at the most. Take a look. Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
That means nothing, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's look at the team instead of the standings, right?
The team is not look at the run differential, minus 28. Minus 28, okay? The Reds are the only team that is below 500 that has a positive run differential. They're plus 15. Giants are minus 28. Cubs minus 14. Cardinals minus 40. Pirates minus 23. D-backs minus 13. Nationals minus 20. And the Mets minus 33. But all those teams competing for, there's 2 spots probably available. Figure the Padres, Giants, those 2 spots are available. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legitimate teams within a game and a half. 8. So 2 out of the 8 make it. Then you have the Mets, if you want to throw them in there. They're only 3 out. So you have 9 teams vying for 2 spots. Is that ridiculous?
That's crazy. It was kind of like this last year too, wasn't it? Remember there was a big long
I don't
jam.
think it was this. Was it this
Not
bad?
this bad right now.
500. I mean, we'll see where we're at the 100 game mark, and where we get. But the American League's a little bit better because they've got 3 teams over 500, and then the rest. I mean, it's just all the baseball. Baseball is. We went through this the other day. We looked at the overall. There's like 7 good teams: the Phillies, Yankees, Guardians, Orioles, Dodgers, Royals, and Brewers, and Braves, and Seattle. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess the Twins. 10 teams in baseball that are over 500.
Correct.
That's just mind-boggling. I mean, who was our playoff prediction, guys? We had. I know I picked the Yankees. I think I was the only one that picked the Yankees.
Didn't I pick? I think I picked. Did I pick Atlanta and Baltimore in the World Series? I think I did.
You did. I picked the Phillies and Baltimore.
That could happen too.
You know what? I put a tweet out tonight. People are probably going to hate me for this. I'm going to pull up my tweet.
All right.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, I'll preface it.
Which one is it here?
It's the one with
Judge and Ohtani.
Yeah. It was a great game to watch. Yankees Dodgers, sold out Yankee Stadium, and just love it. It's just great baseball. What an atmosphere. Felt like the World Series. And what I had to say is don't
I'm not going to.
Let me pull that up while we're reading that. I can't see it. There we go. This is the game's 2 biggest stars, Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, go at it here. Supposed to be on this play, but I couldn't edit it. Major League Baseball needs a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. I think it does for excitement. It would be epic as a fan of watching great baseball. Watching this game reminds me how far away the team I root for, the San Francisco Giants, are from competing for a World Series championship. When you watch these 2 teams play, it's just night and day from watching a Giants game. I mean, it isn't even like close. It's not close. And it's no coincidence, is it, that the Dodgers have whipped on the Giants, how many times? 5 out of 6?
Yeah.
Lost to the Phillies 5 out of 7, right? They're 2-5 against the Phillies.
Yes.
0-3 against the Yankees, and 1-5 against the Dodgers. Yeah. So
Michael Roeder with another $5. Thank you, sir. Look, as long as Farhan is in charge, the Giants will continue to struggle. Hey,
absolutely.
Guess the player.
Guess the player.
Anyone?
Hold on. I'm going to say Aaron Judge.
No. Marcana says Ohtani. No.
It's not Ramos, is it?
No.
Slugging.
Should we show?
Is Bryce Harper? Juan Soto.
Look at that. Juan Soto, right? Did you see those numbers? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it anything that why I said Yankees Dodgers, because they got so many stars, and who wants to sit and watch baseball players that hit 210, 220 and have no pop?
Who's that?
I mean, that's most of the Giants.
No. Who's this real quick before we get into that?
100 exit velocity. Bat speed. 76. It's either Shohei or Judge.
So you got two players who are playing out of their minds on the same roster.
Oh, I mean.
And no, Soto is not coming to San Francisco Giants. It's not happening. Yeah, that's crazy, though. Can you having two players hitting 1 and 2, right? Isn't that what they're doing? No, 2 and 3. They're hitting 2 and 3.
Hey, let's get into this a little bit. A lot of clowns out there on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, that are defending Farhan over because of some of the stuff that was I put out about Ramos, and it carried over, and people are saying, well, you got to give Farhan credit for this or that. Hey, look, give Farhan credit where credit's due. He's made some good pickups. He's made some good, relatively decent draft picks, but he's not winning on the field. It's not translating to wins. And for you guys, you clowns that say he developed and he called up Ramos, let me remind you that he's the guy that brought in AJ Pollock last year at the trade deadline instead of bringing up Ramos. This guy didn't even know what he had in the farm, even though Ramos was tearing up AAA in the almost all of the second half, and we were all clamoring, bring up Ramos, bring up Ramos, bring up Ramos. Never brought up Ramos. Brought him up for, didn't he bring up Ramos and he hit a home run like 110 miles an hour last year?
Something like that. And then he was right back down.
Then he was right back down. But, AJ Pollock, he's the answer. And then this year you sent down Elliot Ramos, didn't even give him a shot in camp. You said the outfield before spring training started was Conforto, Lee, and Yaz. And that was going to be the everyday outfield, and there was going to be very little platooning. And you sent Ramos down. You didn't even give him a shot to win a job in the spring. You sent him down immediately. And then you leave him down there while he's tearing up the league. And you got Slater and Yaz struggling mightily. And then guys start getting hurt. And he comes up, and it just shows you the ineptness of Farhan Zaidi. He has no vision. He has no ability to see his own talent in his own organization, and he refuses to bring guys up because of options. He would rather play the options game than put the best players on the field. And you see it over and over and over again. When he brought up Luciano and Matos and Ramos were all playing, the Giants were on their hottest streak of the year. Do you think that was coincidental that they were scoring about 8 runs a game? No, because even though Luciano struggled defensively, he was a spark offensively, as was Matos, as was Ramos. The three of them playing together was a brotherhood that we haven't seen in years. And these guys were gelling together, and you broke it up, first with Luciano, then with Matos. Ramos continues to rake. He's a little older, but my goodness, you're playing Yaz and Slater above Matos. And your shortstop is Brett Wisely and Tyler Fitzgerald. Nothing against those guys. Tyler Fitzgerald's a good young player, but come on. He's not a spark offensively like Luciano can be. Yes, he struggled defensively. He was awful for about 4 games, deloading. He was awful for 4 games. But what did he do before those games? He didn't make one error in the field on balls hit to him. He got it into his head for 3 or 4 games. And what did the Giants do? They benched him for 4 games and basically told him, you know what? You're not our shortstop. So I don't know what the Giants are thinking. You got a phenom potentially in Marco Luciano. I'm not saying he's going to be it, but let's see him play. Let's see the kid play, because you know what? You're not a great team. Quit acting like this team is going to be, that's why I hate this whole wild card thing, because where would the Giants be in the old days right now?
Nowhere.
In the old days, how many games are they out? 9?
I think something like that, right?
Well, I got it right here. Hold on. Let me pull it back up. I got it right here. I think the Giants are at least 8.5, if not 9, out of first place. Let me put the division standings. Division. There we go. 8.5. Okay. And the Dodgers haven't even got going yet, guys. The Dodgers, remember the Dodgers did this last year. The Giants actually got in first place in June. They swept the Dodgers in a 3-game series at Dodger Stadium. They got on a roll, and the Giants were actually right there at first place. Where do the Dodgers get loaded up and get their guys healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Max Muncy's been out.
Okay, I got something to say here.
Kershaw.
Listen what I have to say here. Okay.
Go ahead.
How do you judge the success of a general manager? Los, I see you in the chat. You may know this. You probably will know this. How do you determine whether or not the GM is doing their job they're supposed to be doing? Let me hear it. I just want to see if anyone says it in the chat. How do you determine whether or not the GM is doing their job? I want to hear it. I'm pretty. We got some smart people out there. I'm pretty sure you guys understand where I'm going to go here. How do you determine whether a GM is successful? Alive says wins. Nope, not wins. Come on, guys. Excitement, huge crowd, success. Okay, what's success? Explain to me success. Explain to me success of a GM. How do you determine whether or not a GM is successful? Not the farm, but I get what I smell what you're stepping in. Robert, you're getting close. You're getting close. It's about what you have done in the postseason. That will determine the success of a GM. Okay, so let's go down the list here. How many wild cards have the Giants been in since Farhan has ran this organization? How many wild card berths? How many? We'll start simple here. How many wild card berths?
One.
0. Not one wild card berth in wild card.
You got the wild card. Oh, division.
Nope.
You got division.
Okay. How many divisions have they won? Okay. I see a lot of people. They've won 1. How many division, I don't want to say championships. How many division titles have they won under Farhan?
They've won 1.
Division title? Or no, I'm talking about the division series title.
No, that's not a title. That they
advanced.
They won the National League West. How many playoff series have they won?
How many playoff series have they won? I mean, well, let's start with the division. How many? 0. How many NLCSs have they even got to? Zero. So that tells me they never had a NLCS. How many World Series have they had? None. So you're going to sit there and tell me that Farhan, you want to stand behind a man who's ran this organization going into the 6th year, that all he's accomplished is getting into the division series. You won one division. That's it. Nothing else. How is that success as a GM, as a general manager? You tell me, how in the hell do you determine that that is success? I don't understand it. I don't. It makes no sense. And it seems like everybody has forgotten what the previous regime has ever done. It's like, it's a lot of these people, I feel like they believe that the Giants baseball has never existed before 2021. So has Farhan done little moves here, little moves there? He's gotten this player. He's gotten that player. Okay, yeah, he's had a little bit of success in that. But has he put forth a team that can consistently get you into playoffs and go deep? No, he hasn't. He has not done that. That has to be put on Farhan. We're going into the 6th year. The 6th year, guys. That has to be put on the GM to go that long. Don't get me wrong. I see what Asif is saying, talking about players. Players have to produce. I get it. I understand that. But it's the duty of the GM to get the right players, to give your manager the tools to go out there and win, right? That's their job. And it frustrates me to all get out to sit there and see the unabashed love fest for Farhan Zaidi. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't compute. If the guy has had some success in the playoffs, I get it. I understand. Man, I honestly, I cannot understand that. Look, if you want to support the team, that's fine. Support the team. I'm all about supporting the team. But I will not in any way, shape, or form defend Farhan until he proves otherwise. And until he proves otherwise, I'm not going to change my opinion of what I think. And it's not even an opinion. It's facts. I'm giving you facts. Won one division, 2021. And that's where everybody wants to throw their the support behind. Oh, 2021. You can't forget that. Yeah, where did you go in the playoffs in 2021? Yeah, you won the division. How far did you go? Couldn't even get past the division series. So until he puts together a roster that will get you into the playoffs consistently. Look, I'm not a guy that goes, oh, we got to the DS, so now everything is good. Now they could suck for the next 5 years. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Have some, and I've seen some people say it, I can't remember who said it, have some damn vision as a baseball guy. Man, well, blame Farhan for the type of players he got. How many 3-year deals has worked out for the San Francisco Giants? Did Haniger work out? Did DeSclafani work out? Did LaStella work out? Did Stripling work out? Is Soler working out? Come on, man. Come on, man. And with that, we bring in Los. What's up, Los?
Now batting for Coach Emilio in right field, number 21, Los D. What's up, boys?
What's up? You're muted, Dan.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Los. I forgot I was call to the bullpen.
Bring in the righty.
Bring in the
there
righty. Lefties. I'm
fading.
I'm fading. My arm's getting tired.
Or you could just sit back and let.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go off camera just because I'm gonna lean back in my chair and I'm just gonna
Relax, man.
Yeah, relax, man. Here we go. So
let me and Eric take care of these Farhan bathwater sippers that we have out
now.
there.
The good thing is, our chat is pretty good. Our chat is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
our chat knows the game and they understand baseball. And there's just a few of them, obviously. And there always is.
It's just golly, man.
I mean, I texted a little bit a minute ago, is that we just have too many fans that are just, I keep hearing this over and over. Oh, we can just make the wild card. We can just make the wild card.
I hate that.
Like, you guys, you're just, why don't you just make your own shirts that say, we made the wild card with a Giants logo underneath, and just be proud to wear that. I remember growing up as a kid and going to the Giants store or any kind of a store where they had shirts and it would say Giants 1987 division champions. I would never buy that. The only thing I would buy would be just a Giants shirt in general, or hat, or something that says world champions. That's it. We won championships here before. And now all of a sudden we're just excited. We're ecstatic to make the wild card now. For what? So it's a successful season to you guys that claim this. If they make the wild card and get swept out by the Phillies in 3 games, that's a successful season to you. That's great. Like, oh my God, go Farhan. Like, we got swept by the Phillies in the first round. You got to think higher than that, guys. You're better than that. And too many of you are happy and accepting that, and that's wrong. That's not the Giants. That's not Giants baseball. That's some Oakland A's shit. Come on now.
Exactly. Architect thought. Appreciate it. Says Farhan is to be blamed. He spent the money this offseason. But to be honest, the roster he had constructed was so awful that there was no amount of money that could have spent to make it better. Farhan needs to go, period.
He didn't spend money wisely, though.
And there, just to your point, Google's Paisano says too many fans accepting.
Love the Fred Flintstone logo.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Goggles.
Gosh, man. But it's just.
It'd be nice if we can come in here one show and just not even mention Farhan once. Not once. But it comes up inevitably because so many people think that he's really, really good at his job. I mean, I don't get it, but
no, I get that. Asif. No, I'm not saying that he didn't do a decent job in the offseason. And yes, we were excited about Snell and Soler. We thought maybe they could produce, and they didn't. And yes, I put that on the players. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But what I'm saying is, shouldn't have Farhan done something before this year? Doesn't it seem like a desperate move for this year just to save his own hide? Isn't that the feeling that you get? So shouldn't he have been doing this in year 3 or 4 or 5? I mean, come on.
Let me address real quickly what Asif said. All due respect. So I'm listening to the Yankees-Dodgers broadcast, and they were talking about how the Yankees all of a sudden are really now a powerhouse team because they brought in players that fit their ballpark. What is Yankee Stadium? It's a short porch down the right field line. It's a short porch down the left field line. It's a ballpark built for power. What do they get? Up and down their lineup, they have power. The Giants ballpark is not a power hitting type of lineup ballpark. It just isn't, except if your name is Barry Bonds. So, what is that ballpark good for? That ballpark is good for contact, good average hitters with speed. Soler, I knew immediately that was not a good signing. Like, just he is streaky as heck, and he is just all power, all nothing. Like Eric says, he's a walk, strikeout, homer. Say it with me. Yeah. Walk, strikeout, homer. That's all he is. He has not come through so many times with guys on third base and less than 2 outs. All we need is a fly ball. Just put the ball in play and you're going to get the run home. So Farhan has not done a good job identifying the kind of players and the kind of lineup that would do well in this ballpark. He didn't. And on top of that, like Eric, like Dan said previously, he had good talent right here on the roster in the farm system where he didn't need to go out and get an AJ Pollock or get some of the people that he did because they were right here under his nose. And he basically turned the other way. Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And to your point, one thing that Judge and Soto and Ohtani and some of these other guys, the no ballpark is keeping them in. They just got massive power.
For sure.
Think about this.
For sure.
Why didn't they okay? To a certain extent, can we take out the whole argument that those type of hitters don't want to come to San Francisco because they can't knock the ball out of the park? I think we could kind of put maybe the kibosh on that, because Judge looked like an absolute monster. Soto looked like an absolute monster. Shohei Ohtani has looked like an absolute monster in this ballpark. So now, take that out. So why aren't they signing? Those are three guys. While two of them have already denied the Giants, the third one's going to get ready to in the offseason. So what's the deal? Why don't they want to come to San Francisco? Maybe it has something to do with the way Farhan operates.
I think when it's all said and done, all the narrative about, the city's in shambles and it's the ballpark and it's California taxes.
Maybe we need to start looking at who's running this organization. Yes. Maybe that's the reason.
Yes. At the end of the day, if a player wants to have a choice of A, get paid and win, or A, get paid and lose over 6 months, or just be average, he's going to want to win every single time. He's going to get paid regardless if he's talented.
Oh, he's getting paid.
He's getting paid. All these guys are going to get paid. So, like, people are upset about Ohtani wanting to go to the Dodgers. I don't know. Everybody asked themselves, if you were a free agent, would you want to go with the Dodgers or would you want to go with the Giants for the same amount of money?
Man.
Where would you have more fun? Remember, this is your job. I know it's a game and it's baseball, but this is your job. They have to play starting from spring training from February. If they make the playoffs, go through October. This is 8 months. If you're going to do something for 8 months and you're going to get paid a ridiculous amount of money.
Don't you want to have success?
Yeah, you want to have success and you want to have fun showing up at the ballpark. And if you know if Ohtani came here, and I've mentioned this before, if Ohtani came here, you know those rubber chickens that used to be on the wall for Barry Bonds?
Yeah, I remember that.
Whole right center field wall would be full of chickens because they would never pitch to Ohtani. Who's hitting behind them? Bailey?
Exactly.
Chapman?
That's exactly.
Who's going to protect him?
Right.
Great lineup so he can do well. Judge is all of a sudden doing great because he's got Soto in front of him. So, it's just so many things about Farhan that I don't get. But
and how, because you got to think about it, because even Marty alluded to this. Well, he didn't allude. He basically said it. You're not playing for the manager. Back in the day, you kind of played for the manager for the most part. People would, Bochy commanded the room. Players would play for him.
Yeah. But
you're playing for Farhan because Marty said it. Melvin is getting a lineup from the scientists. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is it being dictated to, or are they options that you could use? That I don't know. But Marty said it. This is what the Giants do. This is how they operate. And who the heck wants to come and operate in something like that? How is that playing? How, to me, is that having fun playing baseball when all you're doing? It's just, I don't know, man. It just seems.
We also had the JD Davis situation where Farhan kind of basically screwed him out a little bit of money when he didn't need to go that route. So that gets out to players. And then to your point, which is a really, really good point that I never thought of, is that so if you can't get players that want to come and play here, and then it's kind of known that, well, if you come manage here, the president of baseball operations is going to have strong suggestions about what your lineup is.
Right.
Do you think managers are going to line up and want to come here as well? So if you can't get players here and you can't get managers really to come here, so it's so much more than knowledge of the game. It's so much more than, Farhan's ability to understand and recognize talent. It's so much more than that. It's the Giants are getting a very, very bad reputation at being a poor organization that people don't want to come here to. And that's not debatable. For you Farhan backers, you can't debate that. People are not wanting to come here. Managers, players alike. So that's a problem and the culture needs to change.
Yeah. And it wasn't that the biggest issue, dude, was culture. Isn't that what all the players are saying at the end of last year? Culture.
Logan Webb said it very clearly.
Yep.
Very clearly.
Do you think, and let's be honest, do you think all he was talking about was Kapler?
No.
Can't be. And then do you remember towards the end of last year, who had to go give the quote unquote pep talk to the clubhouse? It wasn't Kapler. It was Farhan. Remember when that came out?
Yeah.
Farhan had to address the clubhouse. That's a little bit weird. Yeah. And here's a nice
dweeb coming in to pep up the guys. I'm sure the guys felt like
got some motivation from that.
This confident little weasel. Hey guys, we need to play better. I believe in you guys. You think these guys are looking at this guy and going, "Who is this geek? Send him back to computer school."
Mark has a great point. How much of it is Farhan and how much of it is ownership? Because ownership has to take just as much blame as Farhan.
We've talked about ownership quite a bit as well, but yeah, Farhan is the front guy, so we pick on him a little bit more. But yeah, ownership absolutely has a lot.
I mean, come on. I mean, you got Larry Bayer out there talking about Mission Rock. I've talked about this a million times. It's like, how do you even do that? Would you ever see a Yankees broadcast talking about a real estate development program that the Yankees are doing during a Yankees broadcast? Would that ever happen? Even during a Dodgers broadcast, would they ever talk about the success they're having at Chavez Ravine North? You know, I mean, come on, man. It's so out of touch with baseball reality.
Yeah, it's dysfunctional, and ownership is the one that hired Farhan, and they're the ones that have extended him. So absolutely, yep. they get a lot of the blame.
It's going to be interesting just how more this plays out. You know, the 2 games under 500. You know, we're tomorrow will be June 10th. Going to have a series against the Houston Astros. I don't know, man.
Astros are starting to play better.
They are starting to play better.
That's going to be an interesting series. It's tough for us to see the Giants continuing any real steady success with the pitching rotation the way it is right now. I mean, you know what you're going to get from Webb unless he pitches against a great team. But if he pitches against a good or an average team, you're going to get 6-7 good innings from him. Harrison, you're going to get a pretty good outing. After that, and Hicks is pretty decent. But after that, it gets really, really shady. And we're going to keep saying it until we're blue in the face. The bullpens
got to get blown up, man.
Their tongues are going to be on the ground like they're in Arizona heat continuously, or their arms are about to fall off. You've got to do something about that. Didn't you learn your lesson? Didn't you learn your lesson from last year? You didn't. You didn't.
Nope. Brother, man. Woo.
That's
Brazili. Really? Is that how much that was spent? 3.5 billion was spent on Mission Rock. You see, that's criminal. And I don't mean by criminal as far as, you know, state laws are concerned. As far as baseball is concerned, that's just absolutely criminal. How you could sink that much money into a real estate development when that could have been used to help in your franchise. Wow.
They're businessmen. They're not baseball men.
Yeah. To an extent, it's always been that way. But that being said, there's a lot of quote unquote businessmen who absolutely love the game and absolutely love the team that they own. Cohen, for example, for the New York Mets, he absolutely loves his team, right? Wants to do everything. The Steinbrenners love this team, do everything to make it better.
Yep.
Sounds like the new owner of the Baltimore Orioles. It's big. He loves his team.
Yeah, that's a fallacy that you have to spend a ton of money and win. It's been many organizations in all kinds of sports where they were middle of the pack, maybe even in the bottom of the pack, and they won and they put it together. So a lot of people keep saying about, well, he spent money and that gets him off the hook. No, you know what I mean?
That doesn't get him off the hook. No.
Right. There's always people that are looking for a reason to give him an out or an alibi. And that's one of them. Well, he didn't spend money for years. You guys said spend money. Now he did. So he's off the hook. No, dude, he's not off the hook. You have to spend wisely. And you guys started the show by mentioning like 4 of their 5 top players are not really good players right now. And they're the most expensive players on the team. So that's spending money poorly. It is.
Yes.
And yes, Asif has a point. It is the player's responsibility to play with. Snell should be a better pitcher. Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of him, but he should be a better pitcher than what he's shown right now. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Chapman is starting to come around. That was I think a good signing at the end of the day. Soler has been horrible. He's been absolutely horrible. Giving Cobb $10 million a year was not a good decision. I mean, that's a major injury that you have. When you got hip issues, like ask Tim Lincecum what happened when he had.
Oh, he wasn't the same. He was.
Tim Lincecum went from being the most dominant pitcher in baseball to basically being who was that pitcher? Disco.
DeSclafani, yeah.
DeSclafani, because that's what Lincecum's ERA was towards the later years when his hip was giving out. Yep. So for you to knowledgeably know that your pitcher has a health issue with hips and say, oh yeah, no problem, here you go, here's an extension for 10 mil. That's a very poor judgment. So at the end of the day, when we grade Farhan, we have to take a look at what his good decisions are and what his bad decisions are. And be honest with it and judge which ones are more. And right now, he's got quite a few more bad decisions than good decisions at the end of the day. Yep. And as Eric pointed out earlier, 0 playoff wins.
Zero
series playoff wins in 7 years.
There you go. Come on. And yes, Michael asked Posey about hip problems. Exactly. He had to retire because of his hip.
Definitely.
He probably had a couple of more years in him, but I think he saw the writing on the wall, what was going on with the organization. Probably didn't want nothing to do with it.
Let me bring up a baseball question in general for us guys. I saw something interesting today that kind of made me think. We're not the biggest. I'm probably the biggest advocate against analytics and this and that and pulling up hard. We talk about it here and there. But I will say that something was said today that made me kind of keep an open mind. I am not a stubborn person. If I say something and then somebody comes back and says something that makes me think, then I am definitely one that I can kind of change my mind or kind of think of things. So I always talk about the game and batting averages, how it's so poor right now.
Right.
And somebody mentioned, forgot what show it was on, but they said that because players are trying to, hit home runs more now than they ever used to, they don't hit the ball where it's pitched. They're more predictable. So if you have analytics on different players on where they hit the ball, and that's why everybody, even the infielders, are going to their card and they're saying, okay, I'm over there. And the guy made a great point. He said, there's a lot of hits that players would normally hit that you think, oh, that's a base hit. But now because there are fielders there that are catching it and fielding it, if it's in the infield, they're now outs. So, of course, the batting average is going to go down. For example, back in the day, if you saw the ball come off the bat and it went up the middle and it got past the pitcher with any kind of velocity, it's a base hit. Nowadays, that shortstop or that second baseman is right there. So because hitters cannot hit it where it's pitched as much as the older days did, and they're more stubborn about it, it's easier for the defense to set their position and go where they more likely are going to hit it. So that kind of made me think, okay, that's why batting averages are going down, is because analytics has people defensively in better positions. Is that fair? So
okay.
I tip my hat to that,
That makes sense. But here comes it, but it comes back to the whisser. And the whisser is what? The walk, the strikeout, and the home run. Listen to this. Would Ted Williams hit it into the defense, or would he try to go to left field if he saw the way that the defense would line up to him today?
Who did you say?
Would Ted Williams?
You would go with an old school guy.
Where would he go? Where would he go with it? He would go to left field, right?
Where it's pitched.
Thank you. But that's the problem with these damn hitters today, because all they want to do is jack it out of the park. That's why you could pull out a card and say, this guy's going to hit it here, because he doesn't adjust his swing. He doesn't go with the pitch. people, the way they play defense against Yaz, they all stack it to the right-hand side. You know, whatever, any pull hitter, because that's all they do.
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating that you can't have hitters today. And that's why I said all there are today, they're not hitting. They're just swinging. That's all they're doing. It's all swing, nothing else.
There was a ton of guys back in the day that would hit like that. They would take the pitch and hit it the other way. And that's just kind of a lost art these days. But I'll tell you what, one team that is quickly becoming my favorite team in the American League is Cleveland. Because I've been watching them a lot lately, and
I got three of their guys on my damn fantasy.
So I get the local broadcast, having the MLB package, so I listen to their commentators. But they said something interesting. So their 3, 4, 5 hitters are Jose Ramirez, Josh Naylor, and David Fry, and you want your 3, 4, 5 hitters to be RBI guys when it's all said and done. Either you get the run home with a homer, a hit, sac fly, a ground out. You put the ball in play. What the commentators said, and I wish this was part of the Giants' philosophy, they said that these 3 guys think power up until they get 2 strikes. When they get 2 strikes, they go the other way. They choke up on the bat. If you put the ball in play and a guy is at third, it could find a hole. It could get to the outfield, and guess what? You scored another run, which improves your chances of winning the game. So the Guardians, middle of the order, have guys that understand that RBI is not a lost art, that it's very important in the success of winning a game. And they understand.
You score more runs.
You can swing for power all you want, but when you get to 2 strikes and you're still swinging, from your heels, that's wrong philosophically.
Yes.
Bottom line.
It is. And that's why, and how much of the game is being lost with this type of baseball that's being played, as far as, just always, to strike out the swing or the strike out the home run and the walk. You're losing the excitement of the game of when people who used to watch it'd be exciting, man. When you see people running around the bases, scoring runs. Yes, it's great when the ball goes to the fence. Don't get me wrong. But man, don't you want to see some excitement? You want to see some movement? I don't know. It just boggles my imagination. I'm sure it's gonna change, just like anything else. Everything goes through its cycles, and maybe it's gonna come back eventually. We'll see.
There was a double steal in a game today, and I forgot what game it was, but just baseball is such a game of strategy, and the sacrifice bunt is kind of gone. The suicide squeeze. Has anybody seen a suicide squeeze this year in any game? Any game? We're in June. Does anybody put it in the chat? Put in the chat if you've seen a suicide squeeze.
Anyone seen a suicide chat? Michael Roeder, hit and run. Another perfect example.
Any suicide squeeze to get a run in at one time, because Soler, he has a hard time. I don't know if he's capable of bunting. Probably not. That would be hilarious. Do you think the defense would ever suspect Soler to be down a bunt? It doesn't even have to be a perfect bunt. The third baseman's basically in left field. Just push it that way, dude.
Push it.
Scores. Hey, an RBI on your statistic, on your stat sheet. The suicide squeeze gone. Sacrifice bunting is gone. Hit and run is kind of it's here once in a while. Double steals, which I saw today for the first time all year. That was great. These are things that just made this game beautiful. Like the strategy. Like there's more to scoring than walk, bloop, home run. Yes, I know the home run is exciting. Yes, people love to see ball hit and travel 450 feet. That's exciting. They glamorized the home run hitting contest at the All-Star game, right? That's one of the big things. If they ever had a contest about being able to hit the ball in certain places on the field.
They did that in the 80s. Remember, they had Wade Boggs out there hitting different spots in the infield.
Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew, Ichiro, just guys that just used to be able to hit. Even Barry Bonds went the other way. Bonds hit a lot of homers to left field, and he would hit a lot of singles to left field. If you're going to pitch me this way, I'm going to hit it that way. Yep. So just so many things and variables about the game that are frustrating to kind of see overall. And I don't know if it's coming back anytime soon.
Hey, this is what I'm thinking, Los.
Yeah.
I'll put this together. Tell me what you think about this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking I was already looking at some flights today, man. I think that would be kind of cool. It's going to be the last series, Giants versus the Diamondbacks. I figured there's a bunch of people in there. You got Will B, you got Mark Graves, you got Dan. I was thinking of coming out there because I was going to see who else is interested in maybe going down there.
That'd be great. I will for sure find a ping pong table.
Far
from the stadium.
Yeah,
and I can test my skills against the champ, and
yes,
see what goes down. But
I'm ready. I'll be ready.
That would be awesome.
But that's what I was thinking. I think that'd be cool. I mean, I'll fly in the day before. And then,
I think Cliff and Will and Aaron and those guys are baseball guys, and we're heading out to Chicago next week. They'll come for that.
I think that'd be fun, man.
Because maybe have 10 to 15 of us.
We could either do the dinner the night before or after the game. We could go to a dinner. You guys all know the places to go to around there.
Hey, let's sit in that same section with that same usher.
No, let's. You know what? Let's go sit it. Well, by then it depends though.
Oh, they won't. They don't sell out up there.
Oh, they don't. Okay, even if it's a playoff run.
No.
Hey, I'll tell you what. The first year I was here, probably prices went up because they were just in the World Series last year. But the first year I was here, I asked somebody how much a suite would be, and it was not that much. It was really not that. I want to say it was like $750 for 10 people. Man, that's $75 a piece to have our own little suite, and we could be as loud as we want to be. If Dan wants to do the show from all of us from right there, there'll be no usher in there to tell us how loud we are.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun though, because we're getting close to the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? It could be the last hoorah for the NorCal Sports Network clan. That would be cool. That'd be fun.
I was in a suite at the Oakland A's game. It was a Wednesday midday game. Bunch of real estate people, mortgage guys all together, and the drinks were flowing. And towards and it was a boring game because I think the A's were losing like 11-2. We started dropping $1 and $5 bills from our suite down into the crowd, and all these kids started coming over when they saw it. Oh, they're onto me! We got kicked out of there. But for a little while, it was fun.
Oh man,
we're dropping money from the suites, $1 and $5.
Hey Los, if you want to go to another game this year, I'm going to fly up to Colorado on the right after the All-Star break. Cheap flight if you get your flight now from Phoenix to Denver for those in the Bay Area, San Francisco to Denver, Oakland to Denver, bunch of nonstop flights, Southwest, pretty cheap. My wife and I are gonna go, and we're gonna catch either the Friday night game, the first game after the All-Star break, which is always kind of fun. It's kind of like a reset.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Saturday night game. Maybe both, but I was thinking of just flying up Thursday night, coming home Saturday morning.
That's possible.
Pretty quick. Yeah. So
our fan was Will. Was it Will? The one you gave the baseball to, Monto sign ball.
Carlo.
Oh, Carlo. He's in Utah.
P.
He's in Utah, I believe.
Oh, okay. He's in Utah. Why did I think he was in? Who's in Colorado that we know? Oh, wait a minute. That's Vince.
That's Vince.
Oh man!
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll have to hit it up with. Maybe we hit it up with Vince.
Russo, another Italian spot to go up there.
Yeah,
there you go.
19th of July. It's just next month.
Maybe he'll come down to Arizona. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, get Vince down here. But no, that's a great idea. Yeah, put that together for sure.
I think so.
I'm gonna
definitely got to find a ping pong table.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I gotta get my mental sharpness back again. Dang.
Oh, come on, man.
Here come the excuses. He needs to be 100%.
Damn,
yeah, he does.
Yeah. Frustrating.
Yeah, we don't need.
Barry Chris is in Denver, right there. I'm in Denver. He says, "Let me buy the first round."
End of September, it'll be cooling off a little bit here. So
that's what I was thinking.
Still 100.
Well, I mean, that's in the 90s, maybe.
No, September 20th, 100.
You're discouraging, Dan.
I'm good. I lived there for 4 years. I get
100, but it's dry. It's a dry.
It's a dry heat. Exactly. I used to hear that all the time. It's a dry heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a comedian that said, "Yeah, dry heat my ass. Put a hot blow dryer in your face all day long.
Exactly.
Say, oh, this is a dry heat."
Or open the oven. I mean, yeah, that's a dry heat.
Everybody do the come down to Arizona and Colorado, NorCal Sports Network, and
talk to your boy Candiotti, see if he can maybe not set up tickets, but do something on the scoreboard where we can kind of get announced and.
Well, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
Man, that would be damn cool, man.
That's a fun stadium to watch a game. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable. Yeah, except they got some crazy little things going on down there. I guess. I guess it's kind of like the dome is closed. It's kind of like, oh, you're yelling in our living room. It's not an open air like.
I promise I will not curse out Austin Slater again this time. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? Austin Slater's probably a decent, good guy. That anger was more frustration like towards Farhan. He's the one that I'm upset at. So yeah, I felt a little bit guilty after I did it, but just a little. He didn't do nothing wrong. He's just a victim of circumstances. So. Is what it is.
Blame Farhan.
Yeah. There's a shirt out right now that says Fire Farhan. I think I sent it to you guys in the group text. You can buy that thing. Can you imagine if we have 12 guys at the September 23rd game and we all had that shirt on? We'll get on TV. I would love it.
Look at Senior already getting Dan going.
Great steakhouses here, Senior. Great steakhouses here. That I can attest to.
Now he's talking about fantasy baseball. He needs home runs and
ribeyes. I could use a ribeye too, man. Barbecue it.
Ribeye. I'm thinking steak.
Me too. I'm thinking he needs RBIs. Well, guess what, Senior? I'm like at the bottom of the barrel.
Exactly.
RBIs and home runs. Dead last in the league.
Dan, you heard my comment about players being positioned in a better, I guess, area to be able to defend balls that are normally hits. Is that a reason? One of the reasons why batting averages are down?
You mean that because of the metrics that they have guys positioning better? Yeah. Probably. Yeah, it's all that and the fact that they've got, let's just put it this way. Guys like Farhan, to me, have made the game not as enjoyable because what they've done is they've tried to squeak things out by, analyzing things to death. And so they've got this stats on everything. And then you got different pitchers and stuff. So in a way, what they tried to do was good for their team to have an advantage, but now everybody does it. And so guys are hitting the ball hard, but they're hitting the ball right at somebody. Whereas, typically guys would play, that's what scouts would do. And but now they've made it into a program where it's like every stinking count. What does a guy do on a 2-1 count? What does he do with a pitch outside on a 2-2 count? And it's so they've got it. That's why they got these cards. It's like, okay, 2-2 count. Oh, you move over here. It's just it's
all these cards remind me of sitting at a blackjack table. I like to sit at a blackjack table where people just know the game. But you know what? You sit at a lot of blackjack tables and people are doing this. Oh, the dealer has a 15. Oh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me. And that's where baseball's kind of become. The OGs in this chat will remember the 1980 Oakland A's when Billy Martin first came over. The game was a lot of power back then too. A lot of teams were winning based on power. Billy Martin came and they ran and ran and ran, and they called it Billy Ball. And they won a lot of games. They didn't win the World Series, but they won a lot of games. And then I'll reference the the 1982 World Series. I've said this before. 1982 World Series was the Milwaukee Brewers, who led baseball in home runs. Their lineup was just power hitter after power hitter after power hitter versus the St. Louis Cardinals, who had no power hitter. The St. Louis Cardinals leading home run hitter, I think, had 14 homers that year, but they ran and ran and ran. That was the most contrasting style of baseball of any World Series I've ever seen, and I've watched baseball for close to 45 years. That was complete speed versus complete power. And guess who won? The Cardinals. Speed and defense won 4-3. So the reason I bring that up is while everybody in baseball is going power, why would it be so wrong if the Giants said, again, like I said earlier, they have a ballpark that doesn't play to power. Why couldn't they just have higher batting averages, speed, moving guys over, and good pitching? You can win a World Series in many different ways. If the Giants won the World Series, I don't think Giants fans would say, well, we didn't have a lot of power hitters on our team. I really don't think that's cool. No, the 2010, 12, and 14 was not a gauntlet of a lineup. Let me tell you, it wasn't.
No, it's all pitching for the most part.
Those teams won with great starting pitching, great relief pitching, and timely hitting and good defense. And Giants fans love those teams for it. So I don't think Giants fans care about having a big gauntlet of power hitters. Any way you can. There's a lot of different ways to do it.
Hey, mods. Greg, let's not call people other chat. Let's not call them names. Come on. This is going on and on. I mean, how many times does he have to do this?
Been warned many times.
Tell you, the next time he gets to heave ho, it's permanent, man. He already got timed out once today.
Come on, Greg. Robert's a good guy. You might disagree with him, which it's okay. It's okay to disagree and have a civil disagreement.
Let's do a poll on Greg.
Greg is becoming the Draymond Green of the show. Like he's accumulated enough technicals. Time for a challenge. Right?
Tee him up. Tee him up.
Tee him up, Dan. You're out of here.
Get a red card.
Yeah.
Does he have? But does Draymond Green? But Draymond Green actually, pretty valuable contributor. Just makes some, helps you really win some games. Is Greg giving us any victory comments, or are they all just tearing everybody down? Come on,
should
Greg.
Make an overlay of a red card anytime we kick someone. Put up the red card.
There you go. Yeah, that's
I think Ron, first commandment that for the Giants is thou shalt not steal. They do not steal bases. Look at Texas today stealing home on a double steal. The throw goes down to second from Bailey, and Adolis Garcia takes off and dives in for under the tag, beats the tag, steals home. Come on. Have the Giant good things happen when you start moving on bases.
Mm-hmm.
Chapman's probably their best base runner. But let's see Ramos get the green light. If you're not going to give him the green light, give him the steal sign. Come on. Ramos has got a 20. Ramos can be easily a 20-20 man in baseball, if not a 30-30 guy someday. Elliot Ramos.
The Giants have not emphasized speed on their team in so long. You
know what I heard today on the broadcast, on the Roku broadcast, was that Elliot Ramos has 30 foot per second speed, which the announcer said was at the top, like 2% in Major League Baseball. He gets moving. He's very fast. Give you an idea, they were talking about Hunter Pence, who was also the commentator. Hunter's top speed in the game was like 28.8. Hunter was pretty fast, but Ramos taking 30 feet. That means he goes 90 feet in 3 seconds. So if he's got to if he's on first base, well, let's just put it this way: he can get to third base on a triple in 9 seconds. So
yeah, he's got speed, and Yaz at one time I had speed. I think he still is. He's not slow. They don't have the go sign at first base when they get on base. I don't know. I wish somebody would ask Melvin that. Like, do you have a stop sign up on most of the players? Because like, I bet if you looked it up right now, I would say they're in the bottom 5 of stolen bases in all of baseball, maybe bottom 3. They just don't emphasize that. They rely too much on power, and then they don't have power much either. So you wonder why it's difficult to score a run. But you can manufacture and score runs in, like I said, many different ways, and they choose not to do it for whatever reason.
D-Shot is invited to Greg's birthday in about 88 days. How old will Greg be? Is Greg going to be, is he like, did he say he was like 70-ish?
I think he said he was like 68 or 69, right?
Maybe he's going to be 70.
I think it's close.
Man.
I think he's going to be 69. I think he said he was 68, if I remember
right. All right. Giants are dead last in team steals.
I was just hitting that right when you did.
There you go. And nobody's asking Melvin that. Nobody's asking Farhan that. Like, why? Didn't Tyler Fitzgerald, his very first start of the year, steal 3 bases?
Something like that, yeah.
2 or 3?
First game of the year, yeah. I think it was 3. Yeah.
I can't even remember the last time a San Francisco Giant stole 3 bases in a game. And that includes Butler, Billy North. I can't remember anybody. It's just not the Giants' thing. I don't know why. But they got the ballpark to do it. And they got some good athletes on the team. I mean, Jung-Hoo Lee is not slow, but for some reason, he didn't steal bases when he was healthy. I mean, it's not hard if you're fast. You get a good lead, read the pitcher, you get a good jump. That's the key to stealing a base. More than ever with larger bags, and the pitcher can only throw over twice.
I know.
There's never been an easier time to steal
in the history of the game.
So you would think, okay, they're making it easier to steal, so let's not steal and take advantage of the rules. That's another stupid philosophy. Just, my God.
So Dan, was that you that picked up Eloy, or is that Matt?
Why?
No, I saw you making moves.
Oh, I just picked him up. I read something that he's coming back in
a
couple weeks, and he's going to be on a, he's got to be a free agent. He's going to be a free agent. He's hitting rehab this week, next or in a few days. So he'll be back in a few weeks. And
him and Luis Robert, man, are the same guy, man. They always getting hurt.
Yeah. So if he wants to make some money, he's going to have to figure it out, stay healthy, and put up some numbers.
So Ellie De La Cruz is leading the league in stolen bases by, I think he has 34. What if he was on the Giants? What would their philosophy?
He wouldn't run. They wouldn't allow him to.
What would their philosophy with him be? No, you're a power hitter. We can't have you stealing bases. Maybe he'd have 8 or 10, I'm guessing. Where Cincinnati's like, hey, you got the green light. Whatever it takes to win the game. You get on base, steal. I've seen De La Cruz steal second and third many times this year.
Yep.
He gets great jumps. And, you got to remember what a stolen base is. The catcher's got to make a pretty damn good throw to nail you. If it's a short hop, if it's a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, if it's high, and the guy has a good jump and has good speed, he's in. That's 90 feet. That's 90 feet closer to a run. Think about it like Monopoly, going around. The Giants always got to go back to jail. They could never pass go. As soon as they get close, back to jail. They are, man. It is so frustrating watching this team play the fundamental game parts of the game because they don't apply it.
That's a good point, Matt. Lack of steals could be an explanation why they can't score more than 5 runs in a game. You know what else is another issue? When you got people in scoring position and you get people like Jorge Soler that can't knock them in. Oh.
Dan, do you remember the day? Dan, do you remember the days when you could score a run consistently without any hit? Walk, stolen base, sacrifice, sack fly.
Yep.
Now, maybe to the casual fan, that's boring. Oh, that's boring. Nobody hit the ball 480 feet. To baseball fans, that's great. That's what
the Yankees and Ricky Henderson did.
Yeah.
The Rangers did it the other night. They had a walk, 2 walks, and 2 sack flies and scored a run. Yeah. Walk, fly ball to right, guy tagged up, went to third, and then the next guy fly ball, scored, made it 1-1. I can't remember which game it was. I think it was yesterday's game. But yeah, I mean, how about a walk or a base hit, stolen base, and now you're on second, no outs, ground ball to the right side. They brought that up tonight watching the ESPN game between the Yankees and Dodgers. Can't remember who it was. I think it was Garcia or something, but intentionally went to right field with a runner on second. Yeah, Ohtani led off with a double. And wait a minute, was that the game? Somebody got on second, and then it was one game I was watching. I can't remember now, but somebody went to right field intentionally and actually got a hit and scored. But the announcers were saying that's great baseball because he gave himself up to the team and it turned out to be a hit. But even if it wasn't a hit, it would have got a runner to third in scoring position.
I was at the 2014 World Series Royals Giants Game 5, Bumgarner complete game. It was a low scoring game. And it was late in the game. It was only 1-0. I think the Giants had 2 runners on. Andres Torres, I think it was Torres, maybe it was Blanco, came up and he sacrificed. He sacrificed first and second to get him to second and third. And the reason I bring this up is because the crowd went crazy on a sacrifice. Think about this, guys. This is a World Series because the fans that were there understood that's a good baseball play.
That's a good
sacrificed, and he moved them over. And little known Juan Perez hits a double off the wall and scores 2 runs. Bumgarner was pitching lights out, but it was only 1-0, and it went to 3-0. That's a huge play to secure and help a team win a game in a World Series to get that much closer. That's winning baseball. Now, Farhan and Melvin or Kapler were the manager and president of baseball operation of that team. I'm guessing he's swinging away. I'm guessing he flies out, strikes out, pops up, or hits into a double play. And who knows? Maybe they don't win that game. Maybe it stays 1-0. Although Bumgarner was pitching lights out, nobody was touching him. But the point I'm trying to make is not what happened, but the fans' reaction. The fans reacted like it was a double off the wall. And it was a simple bump because they understood it was a winning play. It was a winning play. Mm-hmm. And those are the things, again, about the game of baseball that are not just with the Giants, just in general, that are kind of missing. So I think you see it a little bit more in the playoffs. I do see sacrificing a little bit more in the playoffs.
A little bit more because, the
sense of urgency.
The value of a run at that point. Yeah.
But in the regular season, it's like, we got to pad our stats. I'm swinging out of my ass. I'm not going to get paid any extra for dropping a sack bunt, man. I got to hit a 3-run homer here. So, hey, it's a business. That's what they wanted, and that's what we got.
Wow.
Greg, you're gone, buddy. See ya.
What do you do now?
No, look at the message. You look at the group text. You're gone, dude. See ya. Nice knowing you. Bye-bye.
Repent, Greg. Repent.
No, he's done. I've had enough.
What did he do? Where is it?
It's in there. Mark Graves sent it. Screenshotted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg. You messed with 2 of the wrong guys that actually have some
He doesn't learn, man. He doesn't learn. So see ya. Go do that crazy stuff somewhere else, man.
What he means by my BS.
Well, I don't know.
What, that I'm just telling you like it is?
I don't know. I don't know where he's coming from, but it's too weird, and I've had enough.
Yeah, that was long overdue. You know, you don't need negative vibe like that in the show.
Yeah,
you can disagree with us, and that's all good. That's all fair. It's not a problem. But taking personal shots like that over and over and
See,
over.
a lot of people have already blocked him. Michael's already blocked him. I think PK has blocked him.
Greg, you're going to have to come back as
no, he won't. Well, if he comes back, he's going to be in as a different name.
Yeah, he's going to have to come back as maybe you're going to have to come back as Nancy Greg, the lady that does those TV.
Greg will not be at the September 23rd, 24th
no,
together.
No, he will. He will not be at the September.
He will not
be at the gathering.
No.
At the desert.
No. Yeah, if he is, we'll pick him up as a group and we'll throw him up and down and we'll like toss him into the next section. Right?
I'll drive him in the middle of nowhere out here in the desert and just tell him to get out.
Oh, God,
no water,
nothing.
There, go live with the rattlesnakes.
Not near a gas station. Just
oh gosh,
that sounds like an episode of I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah, the casino episode where Pesci drives out to meet De Niro in the desert. You motherfucker! Yeah. Don't mess with us, Greg.
Maybe Greg's. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know it's him because he'll say the same thing every time. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
He shot misses him already.
We know it's him. Yeah.
Hey, we warned him, man. I even banned him for a couple of days, and he still didn't learn.
Nope.
Damn.
Oh gosh.
Holding people accountable.
Got to.
That's a rare thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Never a dull moment here on NorCal Sport.
Never.
How the hats collection doing, Dan?
Good. We have a whole
Did you see that Father's Day Cleveland one I sent?
That was a nice looking one.
That's nice. Yeah.
They have those colors in every team. The Giants.
Every team, yeah.
Every team. But
I got a whole slew of hats.
Works out well for you because you're Carlos, so it works out good with that C.
Yeah.
I know. I was trying to do a Los, but there's only LA for the Dodgers, and I'm not getting that one.
That logo over there is blocking.
What logo?
There's a lot of
How about that? There we go.
There's a lot of little things up there. Oh, by the way, brought to you by Northern Lights Entertainment. Go check it out, Northern Lights Entertainment, and the website for you to go check it out, Eric, is what?
Northern Lights Entertainment Radio.ca. Go check it out. Stream Glenn's radio stations, a whole bunch of stuff. I know we got on a topic yesterday of talking about good old classic rock and just bands in general. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time! Congratulations to the show and to Glenn for getting that sponsorship. Been a long time in discussions and talks.
Hey, Los, I'm going to be on the radio starting Saturday.
What radio?
With Glenn. It's going to be the Glenn and Eric show, Rock and Talk.
Oh, nice. Talking music.
It's going to be music, and he's going to do the rock, and I do the talk.
Okay, so is it only going to be rock music?
Well, it's good. No, it's going to have there'll be classic rock. There'll be other stuff in it as well. But
Dan's trying to say the 70s was the best decade for music.
Yeah, I think so. 70s and 80s. He likes the early 80s.
Early 80s, 80, 81. But 70s to me was.
I did mention Fleetwood Mac, and you guys got juiced up.
Yeah, I love Fleetwood Mac. Love me some Fleetwood Mac.
To me, the definition of like a really dominant group is, you got to have more than 5 songs that you like.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac has got so many, man.
Yeah. If you ever want to talk about like this was brought up at a barbecue, I think I mentioned this a while ago, is if you're deserted on an island and you can only listen to one group for as long as you're on that island.
Yeah, I remember.
One group. You have to pick a group that has more than 2 or 3 songs because you're going to just be playing those 2 and 3 songs over and over. You got to have 10, 15, 18 kind of songs. I couldn't believe how many Michael Jackson songs I liked.
There's so many, man.
It was literally like 24 songs. That's a ton. There's a lot of other groups that I like.
Hey, we forgot to give, speaking of, I forgot this, we didn't give Greg a proper send-off of NorCal Sports Network. Goodbye, Greg Dayton.
Why don't you do do the explosion? Blow them off.
Go ahead, Eric.
More like this. How about this? And then follow it up with, hold on, where's that? Here it goes.
I didn't need my head rocked, so
yeah, you didn't. I agree.
Journey, yes, Journey was a band that I loved.
Great.
Still like Journey. You know, the lead singer of Journey is from the Philippines now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Arnell, he's awesome. He is so. I mean, he is such an
He's an entertainer.
Man,
I've seen them live twice with Arnell. He puts on a show.
Really? I would love to go. Is he? Are they still touring? Because I want to go see him.
They actually went to the Philippines not that long ago.
Dang, I figured they would.
Talk about a concert. Yeah, you probably paid $10 over there for a show.
You know, my wife just played me something today. Showed me something. Says Filipinos. One of the things that wish I could. I'm kind of paraphrase it, but Filipinos are known for living a long time, and scientists say it's because of relationships. They have so many relationships with family, and they're just around people and love people. So it's like, and I can attest to that. They love to get together and do karaoke, and they just have fun.
I'm a huge advocate of that, but
yeah,
sometimes it can get very stressful and frustrating when you're the one family member that tries to bring people together, and then you don't want to get together.
Yeah,
excuse after excuse after excuse, and it's like I'm like 5 miles away. And that's one of the things that I kind of noticed. People are very stressed in the Bay Area with work and commute. Yeah. That Monday through Friday, they're so beat up that when the weekend comes, they don't want to do nothing but just kind of reboot and then just do it all over again. And to me, that's not living. You got to get together with people. Man, life's short. You know, we've all lost people that went way before their time. And every time you're at one of those funerals, it's always the same story. Oh, let me get your number, man. Yeah, we'll get together. Yeah, you're not going to call me back. What's up? People got to make efforts. Like this thing for in Arizona with the Giants. That's a great idea. I mean,
I think that'd be fun.
We'll have a great time. It's all about.
I'm going to announce it now so people can plan if they want to.
Yeah, it's all about.
So it's not last minute. Yeah. Look at Michael Roeder throws out another $2. Fitzgerald option for win. Baggerly report. Yeah, that's what it was. It was probably going to be Schmidt, but because of Chapman's tight hamstring, they decided to send Fitzgerald down. He'll be back up though. Chapman will be, or once Chapman comes back, then Casey will go down and Fitzgerald will be back up.
The yo-yo just continues.
Oh yeah,
doesn't it?
Always.
That's another thing that we're not big fans of. Like set with the 25-man roster, and when people get injured, make adjustments accordingly. Or if guys are really struggling, not after a week,
right?
Then do things accordingly. But this up and down, you wonder why players are frustrated. You can't. You got to get into a rhythm.
Exactly.
Baseball is
Mark.
The best players in baseball are going to slump. The best players in baseball are going to slump probably 8 to 15 times during a year. The best players. So.
Yeah. Everybody goes through a slump.
Yeah, you can hit the ball right on the. There's loud 0 for 4s and there's very soft 4 for 4s. So.
Yes, not all 0 4s are the same.
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, you guys wrap it up here. Well, I'm just gonna head out, but you guys wrap it up. What's the show tomorrow? We Giants play tomorrow night, right? 6:45.
Is it 6:45? That's what I'm guessing. Who's here? Let me look real quick.
It's probably
Hicks,
Harrison.
Right?
It's probably Harrison
or Harrison.
It is Harrison.
Harrison, and who's pitching for? Let's see. I got the probables here somewhere.
The guy for the Astros, he has the long last name, right-hander. He's got like a 5.5 ERA.
Okay, here we go. We got Harrison versus Arrighetti. That's Dave Arrighetti's family member.
Interesting.
No, Spencer Arrighetti. He's that's just another noodle. Like Rigetti was a part of a noodle, and Arrighetti's another noodle, and spaghetti and
there you go.
And Ned Coletti.
Arrighetti. How he's doing? Is he a new guy they've never seen?
Never heard of him. I'm sure it is.
And then Tuesday night, it's going to be Jordan Hicks. Ooh, Renel Blanco. Go.
He threw a no-hitter earlier this year.
Yeah, he got suspended for the sticky stuff.
Yeah, and then Wednesday's probably a day game. It usually is, and it is 12:45, and that is Logan Webb. Ooh, that's a pitcher's matchup. Framber Valdez against Logan Webb.
Oh, that'll be a good one. That'll be.
God, I came close again to guessing Marty Lurie's score. Darn it! I was off by a run last time. I was off by 2 runs today. I said 9.
Damn.
I forgot to do it, man. I was like, kind of.
Eric, did you get something, or what did you get from him?
You broke up.
To go to Original Joe's, what does he send you? Like a?
Yeah, they just put your name in and they give your name to the Original Joe's, and then they email you saying, "Hey, just contact us when you're ready to make reservations and go down there."
You need to take advantage of that. That is really fine. That is good food right there.
Nice.
That is an excellent Italian dinner.
Yeah.
Steak alla Bruno, the chicken and the veal parmesan is excellent, with a side of linguine and clams.
There you go.
I heard the lasagna is pretty good over there.
Yeah, everything is good there. It's a great two, one in North Beach and one in Davie City.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey guys, man, you guys wrap it up, man. I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, probably about 9:30ish. After
9:30 sounds about right. Yep.
Sounds about right. So Giants come home 2 under 500. They've got a 6-game homestand, 3 with the Houston Astros, and then 3 with the Angels. This should be realistically. They should anything less than 4-2 is an unsuccessful homestand.
We'll see.
I mean, you should beat the Angels. You should be able to potentially win both of these series, possibly sweep the Angels, and maybe the Astros get 2 or 3. But I don't think there's a sweep in the Houston series one way or the other. If there's a sweep in the Angels, I could see the Giants getting it. But then again, the Giants are not set up with their best pitchers when the Angels come.
Correct.
So it's when you got a pitching staff as weak as the Giants starting pitching, it's a crapshoot out there.
Yeah, you're putting the onus on the lineup to really produce.
Right. And the lineup doesn't produce as much since a couple of guys named Matos and Luciano have left. You notice that the runs they're putting up is they had a big outing against the Diamondbacks when Los and I were there on Wednesday. But prior to that, let's look at this. Since they sent when did they send Luciano down? It was that game
against
the Phillies, right?
Yeah, the Phillies win. Yeah.
Okay. They won the first game. They won the first game 8-4, and then they won 1-0. Then they got 1 run against the Phillies. They lost 6-1. Then they got 2 runs against the Yankees on Friday. They lost. They got 3 runs against the Yankees, lost. Got 5 runs against the Yankees, lost. Got 2 runs against the Diamondbacks, lost. Got 5 against the Diamondbacks, lost. Got 9 finally. Won 5 against Texas, lost 1 yesterday with 3 runs, and today only got 2. So the lineup, there is a correlation. Also, Lamont Wade is gone too, so that's a big effect. That has a huge hole.
So other than our game, they're averaging right back to where they were before, about 2.9, 3.2.
Right in there, yeah.
So they need really special pitching to win those games, and that's just not sustainable.
So why were they scoring all those runs again?
Oh,
Young
gosh.
guys.
Why are we going? What was it for? Dan knows. Dan knows. Why were we scoring all those runs? Can anyone in the chat tell me why were the Giants scoring all those runs? Why?
Los, get ready to get your ears blown out.
It's the kids.
Yeah, it really is something about, Luciano is like 2 singles because he gets a double. He hits the ball in the gaps. He hits it with hard, hits it with power, same as Ramos. Matos can do the same. You're going to tell me that, Slater and Yaz and Ahmed, those guys, come on.
Yep, in the Giants' eyes, they do.
Yaz either hits a home run, pops up, hits an occasional base hit, but not too many extra base hits unless it's a home run, or strikes out. He strikes out 32% of the time. And this guy, you picked him over Matos, who strikes out 12% of the time. Put the ball in the bat and put it in play. Good things can happen. But when you're striking out, nothing good happens on a strikeout unless you're avoiding a double play. That's about it. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing this.
Three of those kids are hitters, and they went from the Gleason threesome to the lonesome onesome.
Ooh, yes. Trade Chapman. I would do that deal. Give us Dominguez.
You ain't going to get Dominguez for Chapman.
How about Chapman and one of the pitchers, like a Reggie Crawford or something for Dominguez? I'd do that deal.
Okay, maybe that might get it done.
Well, let's hold on here. Hold on. Let's
Hold that.
Okay, hey, speaking of fantasy, Rick Dan, I saw people talking about Logan O'Hoppe. Yes, I have him on my fantasy as well. The kid can hit. Today he went 4 for 5 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. Yeah, he did well.
You starting him over Fry?
No, I got Fry as my utility. Fry's all over the place, man.
Good.
I got Real Muto and O'Hoppe as my catchers, and then I'll bring in, like, when one of them has a day off, I'll put Fry in there. Other than that, he's in utility.
Fry can hit.
And I'm glad he's getting more playing time now.
Give me Fry, man. Give me
the American League playoffs.
Give me O'Hoppe. Give me one of them.
Is going to be really interesting. Really interesting. Watch out for Cleveland, man.
Cleveland, man.
Cleveland's got a nice squad.
Hey, Los, I got Quan, Freeman, and
Freeman hit a bomb today.
I know.
Cleveland's got a nice team. If their GM gets some pitching at the deadline, watch out. Baltimore and the Yankees are it right now in the AL. God, the National League is so bad right now.
It is.
That's what is making the Giants look like Dan said. You have a third wild card, and then the National League basically sucks this year. So it makes
it look like you're
mirage.
Awesome.
This is a desert mirage. It's a team that is really not good, that is fighting for a wild card. So people think that they're good.
Right.
They're down right now, big time. The National League. It's like
Yep.
2 good teams are in it right now. Atlanta's not even losing. Acuna was big. But the AL stacked. I picked the Reds, the Reds and the Orioles for the World Series. I wanted to go out on a limb. I didn't want to pick somebody that was the Dodgers, even though the Dodgers Yankees would be phenomenal for the game of baseball. Man, the ratings would be off the charts. A lot of talent on those 2 teams.
Let's see what the Yankees have here.
Oh, we're working a trade?
Yeah, Dominguez. Oh, man. Anthony Volpe is 74. Wow. Jason Dominguez, 35.2.
Did you see what they showed on Volpe? I'm glad you mentioned him. His batting average went up, and he's a better hitter right now because he has a less pull rate than he did last year. In other words, wait for it, he's hitting the ball to all fields. He learned. They let a young guy learn. Let him learn on the job experience, on the job at the big league level. Let him learn.
All right. To get all right, here we go.
Ooh, Buster's got a good snore going.
That one's the new dog.
Oh, you got a new dog?
Yeah, you want to see her? She's big girl.
What's her name?
Well, she came as her name was Spicy when I got her, so
Oh yeah, she's a big girl.
I'm trying to lose her weight. She's about 40 pounds overweight. That's why I got her for free. She's a real sweet dog, but she won't leave my side. Like I get out of the shower, I turn around, bang, it's right there.
She's a tank.
She's a shadow.
Tank. Yeah, she's
hey, there's a name for her. Shadow.
Shadow.
There you go.
All right, here let's see who could the Yankees. I want to keep my young guys. I want to keep.
Who are their top prospects?
Well, the best one is that I think would help us is Jason Dominguez.
Man, he's. I don't know. You think they get rid of him?
That would be not enough. You'd have to come up.
No, I'm doing the chart here. What it's going to take? It's going to
probably.
It's going to take Chapman, Wade, and let's see. That's 18 and 6, 24. I need an 11, so that's going to be Luciano.
Would Luciano work?
Yeah, it would. But I don't want to give.
I don't want to give up Luciano.
I'm not giving Luciano. I'm not giving up on him.
To get Dominguez though?
No, I want to build around those guys. I want to build around Luciano and
but let's face it. Like Luciano's never going to get a chance here. I mean, I hate to be pessimistic, and I want him to come up here and do well. But Farhan does not believe in him at all, and neither does the
get rid of Farhan. How about get rid of Farhan?
As long as he's here, Luciano will not have a chance. He won't.
Probably not.
He won't. He will not.
All right. I am looking here, and I think
if they wanted that kid to succeed, like we've said, they would have known years ago he's not a shortstop, and they would have said, "But man, he's a hell of a bat. Let's move him to the outfield." But they didn't. So they haven't given him the tools and the support to succeed because his bat is live.
All right. Here's a deal that actually. Here's the deal. Let's put it up here.
Do they have a starting pitcher that's a high prospect? There's other teams. There's other teams that are going to want Chapman besides the Yankees. All the contenders that don't really have a third baseman. Think about the contenders. Cleveland's not. They have Jose Ramirez.
How's that deal work right there? That's what it would take, guys. See why the Giants have a hard time? They don't have any much value, but those are your
Chapman's a 6.
Let me shrink it up so you can see the values a little better. The Giants would be giving away 36.7 to get 35.8, so it's just a point off.
Here's the question: would they even want Wade? There's not really a spot for him, right?
What if you threw in Snell instead of Wade?
Oh, Snell's got negative, or his value is not good.
I don't think Wade works for the simple fact they already have a first baseman.
Rizzo, but you can play Wade at a corner outfield, right?
I don't think they're going to do that.
All right.
You know, the Yankees may not care that Snell.
You may have to throw in a Matos.
Well, Matos and Dominguez it's pretty much even straight across.
Ooh.
No, but what I'm saying is that the Yankees may not care that Snell they may say, hey, Giants, if you want to pay 1/3 or half the salary, they may take Snell. Because remember, this is not like basketball, where basketball, you have to match up the salaries perfectly to make a trade. If the Yankees think Snell is going to help them win a World Series and he'll finally come around by the stretch run in September and October and be a force in the playoffs to go with, Jesus Christ, if Snell pitches like he can, you would have Snell, Garrett Cole, Gill, and who's their fourth stud? Garrett Cole coming back. Gill is lights out. Snell, there's somebody else I miss. Marcus, the guy that was with the Cubs.
Who's the other guys?
Throw that in there, Dan. I got it up there on the thing.
I can't. I'm looking at this. What are the names?
Will Warren.
Warren.
Yorbit Vivas.
Okay, hold on.
And Kyle Carr.
Will Warren. Okay, he's a starting pitcher. He's 25. Will Warren to the Giants. Who else?
Yorbit Vivas. Starts with a J.
Well, Will Warren is 8.7 value, and Chapman is a 6. So you can
forget about it. Yeah, that ain't gonna even happen.
You don't. I mean, you could do that. What was the other names?
Yorbit Vivas. J. It's Jorbit.
He doesn't have much value. Let me see. Page 1. Let's look to next page 2. He's got a 4.2. He's a 23-year-old second baseman. And what was the other guy?
Kyle Carr.
Carr's right below him. He's at 4.2. Yeah. Oh, you could see it. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, you could do Vivas and Carr. That's 8.4 for Chapman. You might be able to do something like that.
But not Will Warren. Yeah.
I mean, you could do Will Warren. I mean, it just depends.
You'd have to throw someone else in, yeah.
Let's see what Snell's worth here, guys. You guys want to see what the Giants are worth? Look, let me show you the Yankees, the top Yankees in the system. Okay, look at the Yankees, guys. Volpe, 74. Gill, a 48. Judge, a 46. That's just because of the contract, because so many teams.
Right.
Okay. Spencer Jones in the minors, 38. Dominguez, just under 36. 35. Soto, 29. He's a free agent.
You like Dominguez? You like Dominguez more than Jones? Yeah.
I don't know much about. I don't know
too much about Jones either. I got to look him up.
Wells, Cortez. Look at this. How many guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 guys over 20. Clark Schmidt, and then Rodriguez Arias, 19. That's 10 guys at 19. Now just look at the Giants. Contrast that with the Giants. Okay, Webb, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 over 20, 7 Estrada at 19. But look, Giants don't have, I mean, look at how much Ramos' value is shot up.
Yeah, it's gone up.
Remember Matos was 32?
He was at 30-something, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it. His has dropped. Yeah, I didn't look at it. His has dropped. So
according to these numbers, you could do Harrison for Dominguez straight up. According to the numbers, it's 34 to 34, right?
Yeah,
but I don't think the Yankees value Harrison as a 34.
But the guy supposedly senior saying they wanted was Chapman. Chapman is all the way down here at 6. Right there, Matt Chapman. Look at
they got him at a medium for trade, right?
Let's see.
What it says right there, medium.
Where are you looking at?
Right there where it says medium.
Medium. Yeah, medium. Let's see. Estrada, medium. Wade, medium. Duvall, medium. Webb. See? Maybe people listen. They might be listening to NorCal Sports Network, because I don't know of anybody else in the Bay Area talking about trading off
Nobody.
These guys. Nobody's talking about.
with it.
Let's see how many. Let's see what the trade value is.
I can't believe it's at medium. That is very. I wonder what they're hearing.
Let's see what the Yankees have. Any very low. Judge, of course. Gill low. Soto medium. He ain't getting traded.
He's not getting traded.
Cortez is not getting traded. Schmidt's not.
Schmidt.
No,
Cortez.
Yankees aren't.
That was the other pitch I was thinking about.
Medium. Who's got? Let's look at high. Who do you think's high trade value?
Go to Miami. Go to Chicago. Go to Chicago.
The White Sox.
White Sox.
Let's check the Marlins and the White Sox. Let's see if they.
The White Sox said today that they would take a trade package that was similar to what they got for Soto for Luis Robert. He is available, but you're gonna have to give up a ton.
A ton.
Here's the Marlins. Chisholm is low. Interesting. No highs in there.
No highs.
No highs. Let's look at the
White Sox.
The White Sox. No highs there. Medium.
Luis Robert, very low. Not just low, very low.
Oh,
it's not updated. It's not.
I'll bet. No, this is very updated. Last week.
They said Luis Robert was available. So
I'll bet you. Here's a team that's high right here. I'll show you. I'll find the high guy right here. Where's Alonso? He's got to be on here as high.
Pete.
Low? Come on. He's going. He's going. Forget it. You're not updated.
What about I was gonna say, what about the Angels? They gotta be trying to ship people out. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, who knows? We'll put together a trade show and we'll have some trades and then
my God.
And Farhan will do nothing.
Oh, not another damn trade show. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, guys, I am going to head out, but you guys continue on.
We'll finish it up.
Good to see you guys. I was getting out of here earlier, and then somebody threw that trade, and it got me going. It's like kryptonite, man. You start talking trades, it's my weakness, man. So let me just check my trade, see if anybody sent me a trade while I'm on the air here. Nope, nobody sent me a deal.
Yeah, trades do get you going.
I know.
Totally. There was an old Flintstones episode where he had a problem gambling, and every time he heard the word bet, he would bet. He would start going crazy. That's you with trades, man. Do not, if you want to get Dan riled up, just say trade or type trade in the chat.
I have tried to make several trades this weekend.
You don't need any coffee or Red Bull. Just say
nobody
trade.
wanted to trade.
Oh my
with me.
God!
Nobody wanted to trade with me this weekend.
Look at the hat you're wearing. What's the T stand for?
It
ain't Texas.
It ain't Texas.
Send me an offer, senior, but don't really.
Trey Turner's coming back in a week. He said that a couple of times already.
I'll look at him. But I'm not. You're not going to get what you think you're going to get if you're going to try and get Soto or. I might package you a pitcher and a shortstop, but
Trader Dan.
All right, guys, I'm out. You guys have a wonderful Monday. Eric and I, maybe Los, who knows, be back tomorrow night about 9:30. Giants take on Arrighetti against Harrison.
See what happens.
It's not, look for a home run tomorrow night down the left field line from one Alex Bregman. Right down the line. Right down the left field line tomorrow night. Alex Bregman.
That's what we should do. We should pick a star of the night before, the day before a game. Who's going to be the star of the game the next day from either team.
Right.
Just for fun.
I just don't know enough about the pitcher from Houston. Is he a lefty or a righty?
He's a righty. He's got a nasty slider, but his command is kind of all over the place. So he leaves a lot of balls in the middle of the plate. to hit. So Giants are going to have opportunities to score tomorrow.
Oh, Bregman got hurt today?
Ooh, they might need a third baseman.
Did Bregman get hurt today, really?
I don't know.
Are the Giants lucking out on all these because they missed Seager? They missed
they're going to miss Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, they're going to miss Kyle Tucker. That's it.
Ooh, Alvarez hits one in the cove. He might.
I don't know if he'll hit one tomorrow night off Harrison.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say.
Alvarez hits left-handers.
You know what? You're right. He can hit. But the problem is
he's likely to get hit more than him.
That's what I was just going to say.
Hey, I don't need another guy on my fantasy team to get hurt. Alvarez is my best player now.
Dude, have you seen how Harrison's been pitching?
Yes, I do. Please keep Alvarez out of the next 3 games.
Speaking of fantasy, who missed? I was going to pick him up with pick number 17. Will B got him at pick 16. What were we thinking letting Aaron Judge slip to 16? The guy,
you know why?
Because he was hurt last year.
Because he was hurt a lot. Yeah.
That's why I passed on him.
But it was his toe. That was all.
Yeah, but that lasted for so long. It seemed like
but you think about it. Think about it. If a guy gets injured in the same area over and over again, he's likely it's going to reoccur because that's a problem area in his body.
True.
But if a guy gets a hand injury and then he gets a foot injury, it's a little different. But if a guy keeps getting hammies, or if a guy has a shoulder issue, like Jung-Hoo Lee, for example, 2 shoulder surgeries, I think his career will be very impacted by his shoulder. And I think Jung-Hoo Lee now becomes an average ball player. I think he had, I thought he had batting title written on him watching him play as he learned the league. But a second shoulder surgery to the same shoulder, that tells me that's going to be an issue.
Which shoulder is it, right or left?
Let's see. He crashed into the wall with his left shoulder, I believe.
Left.
So it was his left, his catching shoulder, right?
Ooh, that's the shoulder you swing hard with.
So if he's a left-handed hitter, which shoulder is more impacting your swing?
I think you're left, yeah, because you're coming around with that, right?
I think so too.
I think that's going to mess him up. I really do. We saw what it's done to guys like Corey Seager, and that's
the only thing I was worried about with Judge, because that toe, it lingered for the entire season. Look at what happened with what's his name, Pujols, when he had the plantar fasciitis. You mess with your feet, man. It makes it difficult to swing sometimes.
I could have had Soto at 10 and came back and gotten Judge in the second round.
Damn.
Took Trey Turner and Alvarez instead.
Did Soto? He kind of went a little bit late, didn't he?
11th in our round. 11th.
He went 11th in our league.
I'm just pissed off. I drafted Corbin Carroll.
No one knew.
I know you told me. I know.
I did tell him, stay away from Carroll, man.
You told me, and you know what? I had the 8th pick, and sitting there was Carroll, Tucker, and Freeman.
I said Freeman.
Now I wish I just would have went with Judge.
I didn't want Judge because, like, the man is 6'7", 285, and he plays center field.
Yeah.
You're running around with that size and that weight on a bad foot. Like, that to me had injury out for a month or 2 written all over it. And what happens? I take Trey Turner, and he's out for 2 months for me. So
I know.
You just never know. You
never know.
You got to be healthy to win in fantasy.
Yeah. All right. You guys have a great one.
All right,
I'll see you guys tomorrow night, or I don't know if you'll be around, Los. If you are, welcome to come on.
Yep.
You guys have a good one. See ya.
All right. See ya. All right. Where do we want to go? How about, did you see the documentary on who killed WCW? I didn't get a chance to see it yet. Have you seen it?
I was thinking to myself, I bet you.
Yeah, man. Going straight there, man. Straight there. Dan's listening, going, what is going on?
I saw like an advertising for it on YouTube. So is that where you saw it from?
No, Vince has been talking about it on his podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll watch it for sure. I like those.
I'm gonna have to.
I like those behind the curtains and documentaries about wrestling. There's a wrestling documentary called Rivals. Have you seen that one?
Really? Haven't seen that one.
Rivals. I believe it's on.
Let me guess. A&E. A&E seems to always do those.
Yeah, A&E, and I think it's on Hulu as well. But just type it up, Google it. It's good. There's some good ones in there. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Hogan versus Piper back in the day.
Back in the day, I remember that when I was a kid. That was a big rivalry. Was Piper versus Hogan?
They're about an hour and 15 minutes, and they Andre versus Hogan. Yeah, that's a real good one. Yeah, I like wrestling documentaries because I like wrestling.
Loyalty over money won. Listen to this. I love the NWO Wolfpack back in the great WCW days. Loved the red and black Sting. Remember the red and black Sting?
Did you? Loyalty like red and black? I like the old school Sting with the blonde hair and the long robes that he used to wear when he first came in. Like old school Sting. I didn't like the Black Crow Sting too much with the bat. He never talked. He's a mute. Like Sting was good on the mic. Why would you take away his skills on the mic?
Yeah, I know.
Making him quiet.
That part was a little bit weird.
It was a weird character, but it worked because Sting was just so popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, WCW was.
Was he ever a heel? I don't think he ever was he?
He joined the NWO for a little while.
Oh, that's right. He did.
And it didn't quite work because, like, some guys are just not meant to be heels. He's always been meant to be a babyface. But then they thought that about Hogan, and he turned into a great heel. You're great when you can be a heel and a babyface and be low. Like The Rock turned and he was a heel, so did Austin. Ric Flair was the ultimate heel for a long time, and he went good, and they still loved him. So when you can be both, that marks how great you are as as far as your character goes, not your wrestling skills, your character. Bret Hart, there's nobody better than him technically for wrestling, but he was not a great character. You know what I mean? He didn't give interviews, and he didn't have a lot of charisma like Shawn Michaels did. Shawn Michaels had charisma. But yeah, a lot of good wrestling nowadays.
There you go. That's the Sting you liked, right?
That's the Sting I like. Oh, him and Flair went at it in the 1987. What was the name of that paper?
Oh, the baseball bat. Remember the baseball bat?
Yeah, that's his Crow character. Sting used to have a rivalry with Nikita Koloff. Nikita Koloff was a bad MF back in the day.
Look at that. You want to talk about that? Screams 1980s right there.
Yeah, that's the Sting I like. Because he could wrestle, he could drop kick you off the top rope.
There you go.
There's Nikita Koloff. Dude had some traps on him. Look at the shoulders on him in that third picture. Yeah, look at that. Dude was ripped. He had a clothesline called the Russian Sickle.
The Russian Sickle.
Yeah, he would come running at you and just hit you across the neck with that. Shatoate, Tony. He's a country guy. If you listen to him talk in real life, he's kind of got like a little bit of a country accent. But
look at him now. Is that him now?
That's him now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, roids was allowed in wrestling back in the day. Oh, I love Nikita Koloff. Him and Lex Luger used to go at it too.
Was he trying to do the whole for the guy from WWE or WWF? Oh my God, how come I can't?
Iron Sheik?
No, his tag team party, the other Russian.
Nikolai Volkov.
Nikolai Volkov. Was that kind of a play off of him?
Oh, he was better than Nikolai Volkov. Yeah,
but that's what he was, the storyline, right?
I don't know who came before who. Nikita was wrestling in the late 70s and early 80s and really blew up in the mid 80s. So yeah, they were around the same time. But anybody in the chat that really, really knows wrestling, they'll say Nikolai Volkov couldn't hold a candle to Nikita. As far as wrestling, Nikita could wrestle. he could wrestle. Him and Sting were a tag team partner for a while, and then he turned on Sting.
Here's your boy right here.
I do not like Luger. Never liked Luger. Yeah, I did not like Luger. He was kind of stiff.
Oh my God! Look, that's him.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight too.
Oh, he's on the oxygen too.
Yeah.
Wow.
These wrestlers, like,
they lived a hard life, man.
They worked hard, partied hard. They were on the road 325 days a year without very, very few breaks. These WC guys would just drive from show to show for not a lot of money. They really, how many wrestlers have died at an early age just because they just put so much crap in their body? Yeah, they've cracked down on that, thankfully. And a lot of guys got out of it, because they saw what was going on. But yeah, those were the good days. The 80s in WCW was the best, and then the 90s in WWE when The Rock and Austin were really, and Triple H were really hot. Those were the best times for me. Have you ever been to a live? Oh, I've asked you this before. Have you ever been to a live event?
One in Arco Arena.
Oh, in Sac.
I saw The Rock and Stone Cold, and
wasn't the atmosphere great?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and reasonable too. It wasn't overly expensive.
No, it wasn't. Remember this Doink and Dink? What in the hell? That is kind of like disturbing.
That's
pretty damn disturbing.
That looks like the new Joker movies.
I know it does, doesn't it? That's a good point.
Not Heath Ledger, the new one with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does look like that.
Man, that's kind of disturbing. Man.
Hey, let's leave the chat with this one, since we're talking a little bit about music, and obviously we talk about baseball all the time. What would everybody's walk-up music be?
Ooh.
You were a professional baseball player. You got to think about that, because we all love a lot of different songs.
Ooh.
Remember, this song is your walk-up music. It's kind of got to be your personality, so to speak. So, you can pick a lot of songs that you like, but is it a good walk-up baseball song to kind of get you juiced for that at-bat? So,
you know what I think would be a great one?
Throw some out there. I want to kind of see some of the answers.
Yeah, I was thinking of a traveling band for CCR. I kind of like that. But, like you said, because it's only a few seconds.
Yeah.
I think we got it. You just saw him a couple of weeks ago. Lowrider. War. With the way that it hits in the beginning.
That's George Lopez's music.
I mean, that just scream walk up music? Oh man.
There's quite a few baseball players that have wrestling walk up music. Have you noticed that and heard that?
I know. I'm surprised they don't have. Why don't they have Stone Cold with the breaking glass?
Somebody in the A's used to have Stone Cold
with the breaking glass. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
More human than human, White Zombie. Okay, that's what Will B says. Cliff Martinez, El Chivo Burner.
Okay, that's good. The Road Warriors music, Black Sabbath. I Am Iron Man.
Iron Man.
That guitar coming in as you're walking up to plate.
Right, right. That's awesome.
Pretty nasty.
That's pretty damn awesome. Yeah. You know what? I mean, we're going with pitchers now because you get to play it a lot longer as a reliever when you're coming in.
Yeah.
I really liked freaking Brian Wilson's freaking what do you call it? Jump.
What did he come into? Man, why am I not remembering that?
Remember jump? Oh, no, yeah. Everybody jump around, jump up, and get down. Mm-hmm. It was just the beats and this music. Sergio Romo's El Machon, that was badass too. That could get you just going. Have you heard Duran's entrance music for the closer for the Twins?
Duran?
Yeah. He's got some him and Diaz from the Mets have got some excellent music.
He is another one of my guys that's hurt.
Oh, that guy sucks.
He's coming back in a few days. Yeah, and he's been lit up. Yeah, he's got the trumpets, the Hispanic trumpets. D-Shot, the Power of Love.
Power of Love.
Walk-up music.
The Power of Love. Oh my goodness.
Hey, by the way, I just saw a trailer for Back to the Future. They're making a new movie on it.
They are, and it's CGI.
The kid from that played Spider-Man is going to be the lead actor.
Yeah, but I think they CGI'd Michael J. Fox in there too, didn't they? I think I saw some of that in there.
Yeah. Not a big fan of CGI, man.
Yeah, me neither.
Authentic stories.
Yeah, same here.
Electric Feel. Ooh. I thought I'd get a little bit more response on the walk-up music. I know it's not an easy question to answer because there's so many songs out there.
People don't want to admit what they listen to. That's what it is.
Hey, man, don't be afraid. You know, I said yesterday that Dan would come out to Copacabana, Barry Manilow.
Regulators? Are you talking about the 1990s rap stuff? Regulators. Is that what you're talking about?
Warren G.
Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about, G. Martinez? Wow, that's going way back. Regulators.
Hey, well, Barry Bonds used to come out to that Dr. Dre song that had a nice beat to it. Don't. Yeah, that had a nice beat. Yeah, there's no wrong
G.
answer.
Martinez said, hell yeah.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer, man. There's no
Regulators.
wrong answer. You like what you like. I mean, come on, man. Wilmer Flores comes out to the theme music. Friends.
Yeah, that's
what he likes. He learned the English language on it, so there's no wrong answer. You like what you like.
Right.
You like what you like.
Yeah, the beat is
That's
nice.
The beauty is you just show what Has anybody ever come up to some jazz or something like that? Some Kenny G? Nah.
Mike says Godzilla Blue Oyster Cult. Godzilla Blue Oyster Cult. Or is it Godzilla Blue Oyster Cult? That's what it is.
I can see you coming
Smoke on the Water.
I can see you coming out.
Nen. Rob Nen with Smoke on the Water.
Some Eagles, coming out to some Eagles there one of these nights.
So the thing is, when you're a batter, it's got to hit soon. Immediately, it's got to hit. As a pitcher, you could let it kind of draw out a little bit because they'll play it as you're doing your warm-up pitches.
And you come in from the bullpen. That's
exactly. So you got
the whole song play out. So
exactly.
What's the average play of the song on the hitter? Maybe about 8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. So it's got to get in there quick.
Oh, there's a lot of choices, man.
There is, no doubt about it. All right, I think we're ready to get out of here. What do you think? Yeah.
I'm with you.
All right, let's do this one. There, download it. Get out of here. There we go. Cool. The only thing I hate is when you start playing the music, it messes with the freaking audio with the mic every so often.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, you can catch us tomorrow. You gonna join us tomorrow, Los, or
yeah, I might
be determined. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Looks like tomorrow, 9:30, after Giants versus Astros in the first game of the 3-game series. Gonna have Kyle Harrison versus Abaretti, whatever his name is, whoever it is. We'll see what happens. Giants gotta do something here on this road trip. You want to finish above 500 when you're home, right? So we'll see what happens.
Take care of business at home.
You got to take care of it. I mean, but being 500 on the road is okay. That's okay. But you got to be able to take care of business at home, as you said. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hopefully Harrison has control. That's the issue I have with him. His command can't be out there freaking hitting people.
He can't get the reputation of hitting people because you know what? Somebody's going to charge the mound on him.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Because it's not that you think you're throwing at them. It's that your lack of command. If you come up and in and you break somebody's wrist, like in a contract year, you're messing with people's money. So you're going to piss off people if you get a reputation for always hitting people. And right now, Kyle kind of has that. He needs to get that in check.
Exactly. He's got to show some command. He gets some strikeouts, but he's got to get that command. Don't be walking people because you don't want guys especially with the Houston Astros, man. They'll blast you.
They can swing the bats.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So again, tomorrow, 9:30, catch us here live on NorCal Sports Network, brought to you by Northern Lights. entertainment, go check out his website, Northern Lights Entertainment, radio.ca. All right, Los, see you tomorrow, man.
All right, bud. See ya.
Woo!